actually good. Hey, what's going on, world? It's your nutrition and wellness guy, me, Chef D. And today we're gonna do a broccoli and cheddar sauce. Now, we're gonna do it the Chef D way, which simply means a healthier you, the healthiest way. Now, instead of using any dairy in this process, we're gonna switch it up and we're gonna make it a non-dairy cheese sauce. If you remember the broccoli and cheddar soup, that was a really big hit. I was excited about it. It was my first time. This is also my first time doing a broccoli and cheddar cheese sauce without any real cheddar or real cheese, just sauce. But I got you. It's gonna be fire, I promise you. I think. Now, before I can introduce the true stars of this episode, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much. If you like what you see, please like this video. I appreciate it. But more importantly than those two things, share this with somebody in your life who you truly care about when it comes to their nutrition and wellness journey. Now let's get into it. All right, so the broccoli in its crowning glory, we're gonna cut this up on camera. Some fresh broccoli. If you don't have fresh broccoli, go ahead and use some broccoli florets, the frozen ones. We have some plant-based Parmesan cheese, some ground black pepper, sea salt. We have some rough chopped garlic. We want to see the bits of garlic in our sauce. Ooh, this is the star. This is a nutritional yeast. It's going to give it that buttery, cheesy flavor. We have some dried parsley flakes, some olive oil. This is the water that we're going to use for our steam bath, plant-based butter, cornstarch, and last but not least, we have some oat milk.
All right, let's get into it. We're gonna add our water to the pot, a little sea salt to bring it to a boil, and we're gonna chop up our broccoli into florets. We're just gonna remove the stems, and we're gonna put the florets into our pot or our steam bath. Mind you, you can buy these frozen, or you can buy them already pre-cut. That's up to you. We're just gonna put a lid on there and let it cook down for about 3 to 5 minutes so we get a nice little boil. Put the lid back on. Another 2 minutes later, let's get those broccolis out of there. What we don't want to do is overcook it during this process. We want to remove it. You see it's still bright green. Now at that point, you can add it to an ice bath, but me, I just put it to the side. As you see, we kept our water, we added olive oil, and then we added our fats back into this water base. Our vegan butter, which is made really from a cashew milk, or you can get it from an oat milk. You see I just added some sea salt, some ground black pepper. We're gonna mix that around a little bit, and we're adding a cornstarch. Now, Chef just did a little boo-boo right here. You really don't wanna add cornstarch straight to your base like that. What you wanna do is a slurry, where you take some of the liquid out and you mix it in a separate little bowl or cup or mug till it gets to be a slurry, and usually like a cold water or cold milk or whatever you were going to use for your base, and then add it to everything else. But we're making it work. We just gotta, use the wrist. Now we're doing some nutritional yeast. This is where the magic happens. This is that cheesy, buttery flavor. And we're also going to add some vegan Parmesan. I believe it just gives it a smoky, sweet taste as well, and a little savory sweetness. Now you guys see why we took that broccoli out, because we were adding it back to our cheese sauce base. Now, mind you, this is not going to be the completion of the cheese sauce. We just want to get some of those flavors. Oop, one overboard. We just want to get some of those flavors into our florets. Stir that around. Looks good, smells amazing. We put a lid on there. We cooked it for about 2 minutes, and now we're going to add our milk. That looks amazing, our plant-based milk. And let that simmer a little bit. Now, what I'm noticing is that, okay, these look great. Let's take them out. So what we're doing now, we're taking it out. The broccoli is amazing. It's cooked perfectly. We're gonna put that to the side. Now we're gonna make our cheese sauce. And as you can see, I did it right this time. I took it out. I took some of the liquid out. It should be cold. That's the best way to do it. But hey, we just did it how we did it. And we mix it around in a separate bowl. Then we add it back. This is going to be our creaminess. Now you can replace this with almond flour, oat flour, any flour that doesn't have gluten. That actually is preferable, but we're going with cornstarch this time. Now we're going to start to plate it, and we're not adding the broccoli back to the cheese sauce. We're going to add the cheese sauce to the broccoli. You see how we did that? This is like plating garnishing 101. But this smells amazing. It smells buttery. It smells cheesy.
So we have our broccoli and cheese sauce. It's like a super side, another super side. So off the bat, smells amazing. It doesn't look that great though. I mean, at this point, come on, we honest with each other, right? I mean, it looks good, but in the sake of me keeping it gluten-free, I use cornstarch, but I feel like I need to do this again. I'm gonna do a part 2 and use flour, because my heart and my gut says flour. It's a better binding agent, and it'll make it a creamier looking sauce. But we here, you know, and I don't want to talk about it while it's listening. But yeah, it's listening, so I don't want to really say anything bad, you know. Anywho, let's get to the particulars. So the broccoli stayed green. We did our steam bath, looks great. You can smell it. It smells like a cheese sauce, and I believe it's gonna taste like a cheese sauce. The only thing we're gonna do now is figure out a part 2 on the cheese sauce, because you guys saw I had to save it. When I took I took the lid off and I looked in there and I was like, okay, this looks way too watery. And at that point, I wanted to add flour, but I wanted to keep this one gluten-free for you all. But next time, I'm going to do a flour addition, still dairy-free, and see how that turns out. We'll compare the two. All right, let's get into it. It's actually good. It's actually pretty good. Even though the sauce is not that pretty, it still has a clean, light feeling. As you saw, I put the olive oil in there to add that fat back into it, because we added a plant-based butter. But yeah, no, this is okay. I'm feeling this. I'm still gonna do my flour, but I'm feeling this. All right. And remember, you heard it here first. Health is wealth, and I'm just here to make sure you're getting paid. Until next time, yum on. You gotta try this out. It's actually not bad.